The Sartosa Deckhands and the Black Crag Bozos both have the opportunity to claim their first ever ZFL silverware as they face off in the Howitzer Cup Final. The winning team will also qualify for the upcoming Blood Bowl Championship. Victory for the Deckhands would see them qualify despite suffering relegation to the second division for the 24-95 season, but would of course offer opportunities to launch pirate raids on some of the most famous Blood Bowl teams around. The Bozos, meanwhile, will no doubt be interested in using the riches of the Blood Bowl to fund improvements to their owners' warband. Neither team have any injury concerns ahead of the final, with both emerging unscathed from the round 11 matches in the Elite Division. The Deckhands have never beaten the Bozos, with a 1-1 draw in the 24-93 season, followed by a 2-0 victory for the Orcs earlier this season. Viking Cup, we're finally here. It's the final.
It's the final, it's the Deckhands, it's the Bozos, and it's utterly unbelievable that we are going to catch this game. However, it's the ZFL, so it is perfectly possible, and I am pretty sure that we are going to watch an amazing game between these two unusual teams.
If I'm confident of one thing, I'm confident there'll be blood in this match. I don't think either team have been particularly shy with their fouling this season, particularly shy in causing casualties. There is a prediction, by the way, available on Twitch if you're viewing on Twitch, so you can predict who you think will win the Howitzer Cup with your channel points, unless you are based in Sweden or Denmark or any other associated countries where you're not allowed to do that sort of thing.
Oh, gambling is live. Come on, guys. This Bet Noble is not happy.
So, I think on balance, most neutrals here will be supporting the Deckhands because they're perhaps the more thematic team, the more fun team, and it's Blood Bowl, so nobody really likes to see Orcs win anything at the moment. But I said this in the build-up before the stream started. I'm fairly confident that the Bozos will be quite happy playing the role of villain in this game.
Well, in this game or in any game, right? Because it's the Bozos. They're not here to make friends. They are going to loot and trample and foul.
Happy for the game to start, by the way, if Gengar and Christy are knocking around. We've done the talking through this bit, so we're just filling for time now until we get that underway. Cool. So, it is 11th versus 10th as they finished in the Elite Division. As Viking Cop said earlier on, one team got a promotion to the second division, as you might see it. The other got a prison sentence to stay in the Elite Division. Maybe that'll all change in 24-95. This is the final game of ZFL's 24-94 season. The curtain falling. I was trying to think of the opposite of the curtain raiser, but I suppose the curtain faller would be the right way of putting it. Anyway, it's the final. It's the last game of the season, and 4 Orcs are on fire.
So it seems to be inducement time. And we have... We have 125k in pockets.
For the Bozos, indeed. And I think as much as the ZFL is a fun league over a competitive league, I think both of these guys want to win this. The Bozos particularly. 2Ks. Don't hate that, actually, in what's likely to be a war of attrition today.
Things are always good.
Overtime format, of course. It's a cup game. So we could end up going the distance here. Overtime format, if we get that far, is the full 8 turns. And if it goes to kicks, it would be settled on kicks. I don't have another rule. It would just be settled on kicks. Here's your lineups then for the 2 games. The Bozos look like this. Wreck and Ball is the shadowing troll. That is what you need to reach Cup Finals. 4 big uns: Gargon the Great, Thrust, Brain Masher, Ognosh Ripoff, and Lug Mosh Pit. 4 blitzers: Gold Kick, Razagul Demanic, Blitz Cop, Ruckshak, and Crag Sharp Thumb. The thrower, Maraudin Egger, has had a bounty on him for the whole season, and no one's managed to claim it by killing him. He's got a lot of serious injuries, has Egger. And then the Brothers of Destruction, Chucker Beef, and Ogrock Legslitter go with Mauler, the 3 linemen on the roster. Looks like 2 bench for the Bozos today. The Deckhands team looks like this. 2 Mummies, Navy Bones is the better one. Tutan Cortez still has block, is still pretty good. 2 Whites, Scurvy Dog, and Lan Drover. The latter of those is strength 4. 3 ghouls. We've managed to bring in Alfred Lacelos, who is a former Torlethanel Ranger. Mox Montague, of course, continues. And the Slapper, well, you call on the Slapper when you need a miracle. Sonny Boatman is here. He is the only skeleton on the team. And then we have Zombies. Alathenio, the former Celtics player. Enrico Estrella, the former Boozer. Skinbad and Baltazar, the dirty players. And Hancho, who is a former Quetzer Quick. On the bench, Egger and Legslitter for the Bozos.
It is the deepest bench we've seen from the Deckhands in the entire season.
Yeah,
because
still
nobody's raiding today.
Still no Keen Bean. He's still sent off on extracurricular duties, the sprint, dodge, sure feet zombie. Because I don't think they want to give up the extra TV of having him. So they've sent him away to, I don't know, just go and harass a local fisherman or something so he doesn't have to play today. And I'm sure he'll do a very good job.
With sure feet and sprint, he cannot fail. Alright, that's a very tough line. With 2 mummies, a strength 4 beater, a guard in the line. I don't think the Bozos are going to... okay, this is the attack. Sorry, I'm stupid.
Yeah, the Deckhands will be receiving. Here comes the kick. And changing weather gives us perfect conditions and not much more. Alright, we're underway. Howitzer Cup Final.
Where's the ball? Where's the ball? The ball is to the right of Leselos. I wonder why the stream keeps freezing in my computer. Never mind. First block produces a knockdown. Nothing else. Second block is a push on Wreck and Ball.
Yeah, that's with one of the mummies. You're going to set up a 3 dice block on Mauler, and we do get the both down that we can make use of there. 2 rerolls for the Deckhands, 3 rerolls for the Bozos today. And yeah, 2 on the bench for each. So it feels, honestly, fairly even. But the Bozos with those 2 kegs could have the advantage in the attrition game.
Seems that we are going for Brain Masha. But who is going for Brain Masha?
That's
what it's going to be Montague.
Montague. Misspell Tree with the Prime sub. Thank you so much, Tree.
Pro works.
Yeah, textbook skull into a skull. So it's going to give up a block for the Mighty Blow piece there. And Mox Montague
failing a rush and using the reroll. The Deckhands down to 1 single reroll.
That's not a good start.
It's not a good start indeed. Here comes Scurvy Dog to help covering the gap that the Deckhands have left in that flank. Well, all the team is shifted to this right flank. And Leselos is going to try and pick the ball. Hey, sure hands with skill.
Yeah, he's got it second time of asking. There might be a foul. Got a dirty player knocking around. And there is a foul for nothing. The referee didn't spot it behind those mummies at the very least. So I think the Bozos will be pretty satisfied with that start to the game. Couple of ghouls exposed, and there is Mighty Blow tackle knocking around on that side. The one thing that the Bozos do lack is a little bit of guard. But what they do have is a little bit of stun. Are we going to pile drive that early doors in the final?
I don't think so.
We are not.
Also, Straya, making use of a stand firm, somehow protected the slap on Montague from retaliation, which was a great move. The compliments to him for being on the floor right now.
Inducements, the Bozos have 2 kegs and an assistant coach. Frenzy Blitz coming in. We're targeting the dirty player. With the dirty player.
But we are going to leave Mosh Pit based by Scurvy Dog.
There is so much pile driver on this Orc team.
There is a gap right now to reach the ball. Cannot be blitzed, but can be based.
We can put tackle on the ball. We can also kind of box the ghouls in if we want to on that side. And kind of isolate them from the rest of the team. That is exactly what we seem to have in mind.
Well, for starters, we're putting tackle on both goals, which is a good move.
Now, Montague does have guard, which may prove slightly problematic for this setup.
Is there... Oh, there can be a very ballsy surf. If the Deckhands want to make use of the ball carrier, of course. No, now it's much harder.
Yeah, that makes things a bit more difficult. That extra assist with the rush from goal kick.
That's a lot of pressure now.
That is so much pressure on those ghouls. It really is. The tackle orc does also have stand firms. You can't surf that.
Too many skills.
The Bozos mean business in this final, but if there's one thing we know about the Sartosa Deckhands, is that the last thing you really want to do is take the lead against them in the Howitzer Cup. They have been the comeback kings in this competition this season.
Well, there's a chance for the Deckhands to totally forget about the right flank and go straight away to the left one and make a quick score.
Utan Cortez gets the first armor break of the game and a KO. Second armor break of the game, I should say.
Ooh, first removal. Spicy. Maulur is going out. No up is going to be used on this. And then there can be a blitz on the troll.
Yeah, we could blitz to the troll and kind of just plow straight up the middle of the field here. Not getting a knockdown there might make that a bit less appealing. But the ghouls have got some work to do to get out of their current tricky position. I said we are going to go to that left flank. Navy Bones with the blitz against Ognosh Ripoff. Of course, with all the ghouls being on one side, the zombies aren't the quickest at getting over here and helping out Alfred Lacelos.
I think we may see a foul and a dodge from Scurvy Dog.
Yeah, we've got break tackle, so it's a 2+ dodge. Lacelos is away.
Yeah.
What is technically going to be a base cage up against a big one, so it's not the safest thing you've ever seen.
No, definitely not. Now, important order of the turn. What are we going to do first? Going to be Scurvy Dog?
You could one dice block that big one. We're going to one dice block the tackle, which might allow...
Stand firm.
He has to stand firm. Yeah, that's not good enough.
That was a highlight.
That was Mox Montague as well with the block. So he is looking very, very prone to a surf here. Early in this Howitzer Cup final. It might work out for the Deckhands in terms of getting a score. That's a nice knockdown.
Oh, that's very nice.
You need
very
a miracle.
Nice
you call for the slapper. And he gets a stun.
Oh dear. Okay. That's going to even things quite a lot in this right flank. One die push.
Pushes on to the strength 4. We are going to follow this up because we just want Orcs based and not able to get across the field at this stage of the game.
Well, there can be a shot at the ball. Actually,
well, there's a...
It's very hard.
There's a not insignificant double surf on here, but it does basically give up the score to the Deckhands because it would require so many Orcs to make that double surf happen.
Good one, Iron Thunder. That was a hell of a slap.
Blitz from the floor. From Ognosh Ripoff. Finds a very useful armor break on Skinbad. I said there'd be blood today. And we have seen lots of armor breaks so far. 1 in 9. We'll need a reroll. From Lug Mosh Pit. That does free up the dirty player. He can potentially go and help the troll out with a block. And then it'll remain to be seen whether the bigger... No, we're going to come... We want this surf. Okay. So we want the surf. But we're not going for the double surf. Tackle hit comes in on the... no, actually, there's no tackle there. We're deciding whether we want to use dodge or not. It is Mighty Blow. So you probably don't want... Oh, no, we are going to give it up. And the slapper.
Ooh, slapper shot.
Is slapped out of here. That was the chance we took. And we can take a boat down here. Surf. Because Mox Montague does not have block in his ghoul form.
Well, it's 10 versus 10 now. But I will call this advantage Bozos.
For sure, that is a big removal. And there could be another one here with the armor breaks we've seen. Knockdown on Cortez. But it's suddenly difficult to see exactly where the undead might be able to go. It's all their quick players who are stuck.
Probably the undead needs to come back. Also punch some orcs.
Early block on Gargon the Great. That gives us a hole. But I think the problem here is there's no one who can really go through that gap with the ball carrier. We would just be believing in the heart of the blodge.
No, in the heart of the potato. Well, you can push. You can blitz and push Mosh Pit aside and make a gap for several of these lads to go through.
It's this area of the pitch. I just don't know where you can cage it. Is
now you
the challenge.
You cannot cage, but you can kind of screen and base the orcs and force some dodges.
What you want to be is away from the tackle, which is prone on the floor over here. We might see a bit of 4+3+ action from Montague.
That was ballsy.
Okay, Land Rover's on the way through with the blitz. It needs a rush. It needs another rush, and he's failed it.
Oh, 2 rushes.
Disaster for the Deckhands in the early part of this Howitzer Cup final.
Well, they have rolled already 3 rushes. And failed 2 of them. 3 of them, actually. They made 4. I don't know. They've rolled plenty of ones. But rolling, I think it was not needed. This was really not needed.
It was the opportunity to get the ball forward, and it would have made the potato much safer. What I might have done is just move the ball forward first before I did that.
Well, the ball is on a blodger. That's something.
Yeah, Pro is like pseudo tackle.
We also did not stand up Scurvy Dog. We are having more players standing down.
If Frenzy is poor man's tackle, then Pro is... What's Pro?
Yeah, but the Pro is Oh, okay. We have the pro. Okay, we
Oh, big
roll the
pow
powers right away.
from Ognosh Ripoff. Immediate sack, no questions asked from the big un. And the ball is loose. Admittedly in the tackle zone of the zombie. But the Bozos are well on top in the early part of this Howitzer Cup final.
Well, the Bozos can try a pickup.
We are going to try that pickup with Crag Sharpthumb. He's failed that pickup. We have pro.
He's going to use a reroll or pro.
We have a team reroll. Team reroll used. He has the ball. Question now is, can we make that safe? Well, the dodge is very, very handy indeed. Going to be a foul on Montague. No break. No call from the referee, despite the fact it was right in front of his face. Or is the referee on this side of the field? Hard to say. Knocked down again.
This has been absolute lack of position from the Deckhands. That failed play from Landrova has just basically left them with the pants down.
This went wrong from the very start, right? The original Mox Montague blitz on the big un was a bit greedy. We took punishment for that in terms of having to use up a team reroll. There's a dodge attempt.
This?
And it's a dodge fail, not rerolling that. So there is an opportunity here for at least a 1 die on the ball. That is a 1 in 9 that we're probably fairly happy to burn early in the turn.
I think there can be... this is going to be the blitz.
Yeah, so we're just going to base the ball. We're just going to surround it. Land Rover from the floor. Gets the knockdown on Ognosh Ripoff. And yeah, I think the idea here is to just base this from both sides. And then try and stop somehow the rest of the Bozos getting over there to help out.
Not a super fan of basing from both sides.
It's the inverse eye cage.
Yeah. Are we going to dodge away? Yes, we are going to dodge away.
Yeah, so that's a safety.
Put without working as a safety, and now it's...
There's going to be a
Montague.
foul.
There is no barriers remaining.
Oh,
okay.
no, we're going to fail
another rush.
Another rush fail to the
Another
Deckhands.
rush. The Deckhands are not learning the message today. Eh? The pitch is unstable. Well, ball is based, and there is no easy support arriving anytime soon. Although we can move probably a couple players.
Depends how much we want to commit to that foul on Mox. Getting rid of a second ghoul would be massive. But instead, we favour getting players forwards. That double pow. I mean, boy, the Bozos have found pows when they've needed them in this game so far.
I expected the Frenzy guy to be the one.
Yeah, I thought so as well, to be fair.
Play.
So what's the big idea for Crag Sharpthumb here? Presumably we're going to just blitz with the Frenzy and then just dodge and potato, right? The Bozo's just going to run this for the line.
And the Deckhands have no rerolls.
We are going to change foul target, perhaps. Here comes that blitz. With Lug Mosh Pit, he's rolled a double push, so this will now need a rush.
He's going to need a rush. Rush is good. That's the way you rush.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That is exactly how you do it. We might just take a block here, and with the rate we're rolling pows, we just kill a ghoul instead.
We'll have pro. The problem here is that the ball will be exposed for next time, but there is nothing you can do to help that.
Dodge away.
Oh! All right.
Don't think it's that safe. The ghoul can dodge out, and it's a 2+ for a 2-die on the ball here from Scurvy Dog. I mean, with the rate that the deckhands are rolling 1s, I think it probably is quite safe.
The fact is, imagine that you knock down the ball. Who is going to help with the recovery?
No, but you're aiming for 0-0 at half time. Right?
Remaining. The team is so splitted that its strength is diluted. The deckhands taking the easy. Should I hit first? Trying to look for a removal.
There's the dodge from Lacellos.
Tack play.
And it's going to be a 2+ dodge with break tackle from Scurvy Dog for a sack on the ball. He actually takes.
What's a 3+?
Why did he do that?
No, I don't know.
Well, he
You're
gets
asking me.
He gets the sack either way.
Well,
safe pair of hands will be interesting here. Because he's going to drop that up and right as we look at it.
Well, Scurvy Dog has sure hands. He's going to need a rush to right.
I don't think he can get there.
He can get there, right?
Oh, he was stood up, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Scurvy Dog is going for it. He needs a rush. He gets the rush. And he fails to pick up on both occasions.
Okay. Alright. Montague decided not to stand up. The team needs Montague. I think that it was the Montague play who basically made it all wrong for the
Oh, they just... It was a poor decision on turn 1 of the game. And then the problem was that they kind of abandoned their 2 best players on the sideline and went the other way, and then it went wrong going the other way. Double skull. Last reroll burned. Goal kick. Gets the knockdown this time on Scurvy Dog. Again, no pile driver because the Bozos are massively tryharding the Howitzer Cup. So we've not seen any pile driver from them in this competition.
It's fun because it's true.
I'm not even being rude about that. Gengar has repeatedly said he is tryharding this competition. So we do have Pro for this pickup on what is clearly the best player on the team, Razagul Domanic, who makes the pickup. And unfortunately for the deckhands, they've got it all to do again. We can score, but with no rerolls, I think we won't bother. That is a turnover against the zombie on the 1 in 9. And the first sign of something may be going the deckhands' way. It's not much, but it's something. We quite simply need Mox Montague back in play, as you said.
Oh, the zombie is not going.
No, we want a foul. We want the foul and we want the removal. So all of these players are focused on trying to help out the second half so that deckhands can make the recovery. Navy Bones has not been able to get anywhere near knocking Gargan the Great over.
We may say one-day block on Wrecking Ball. Even. You think we're going to see a sack attempt
Here comes
first?
the sack attempt from Lacellos, and the sack does not work out. He will remain based by tackle. There's a lot of mighty blow in this part of the pitch for the Bozos.
The ball carrier has tackled. There's going to be a dodge play. Dodge, good skill.
Back in play is Mox Montague.
Finally. Oh, the team needed him so badly.
Ooh, we're chucking rushes.
He's rushing.
Oh, he's
rushing.
basing. Wow.
Oh my goodness. This is so ballsy.
Oh, look at that dodge from Scurvy Dog.
Oh, Scurvy Dog.
No foul after all that.
We did. For blood. Why did not we stand up Skimbat at least?
I don't get that one.
I was expecting the foul, but even if you're not going to foul, at least your player is not on the ground.
Now, if you're feeling incredibly bold, there's a surf on the Gulan here.
Well, there can be a double car in the way.
Well, even with the dub skull, Pro could save the day. Crag Sharpthumb finds a push. We kind of might as well pro the skull.
We forget that we have Pro.
We're not going to do that. I wonder if the Bozos might just run in their score here. Razagul Dematic to the line, does score, and the Bozos lead in the Howitzer Cup Final. But, as we've seen before, a 1-0 lead against the Sartosa Deckhands is the most dangerous lead of all.
Now the Deckhands have to repeat the same, but they only have 2 turns.
2 turns for the equaliser, no rerolls, and basically 1 ghoul. Because one of them will have to get the ball. So what we need now is some sort of attrition, and a foul earlier on would have been great for that sort of thing.
And the scoring threat too. That would be very helpful.
Don't really see where the scoring threat's coming from, to be honest. And I don't really see many blocking dice that Slick Gold Grabber and the Deckhands are going to be particularly enamoured with. Wow.
No, definitely not. That's been less than impressive.
In what is effectively a bash mirror, you cannot win rolling like this. You simply cannot do it. Deckhands are going to need to find some answers at half-time because this is slipping away from them in the first half. Oh, not again.
Now we're going to do it again. Oh, come on. Oh, please, no.
We can set it up a different way.
Right? That's going to give a block back in return if it's not a knockdown.
Yep.
We can pro this.
We should pro that. We do make the pro. And pro does what pro always does and turns the result into the same result.
Oh, we are going to follow this.
Oh, he wants to dodge away. He wants to go and be a scoring threat. We could shadow this. So Mox Montague is in scoring range. But there is a problem.
It's alone.
Yeah, we need to base the frenzy up. Because he can get surfed from there. We're going to have to just pack this part of the line with players and hope that that frenzy can't be freed up easily. I mean, there's quite literally nothing for the dirty player to foul. Alfred Laselos going for the pickup, gets a hold of the ball. And forward we go as the Deckhands seek a miracle score.
Ah, the potato play.
Well, look. A first action double score from the Bozos, and this is on for Sartosa. It's a 3-2 to score as it currently stands.
Not a super fan myself.
I don't think it is enough basing. I think the frenzy is at least covered.
Frenzy is covered, tackle is not.
Oh, actually, no, it's probably not covered. I think we can free up that frenzy if we really wanted to. So there is the safe play cover on Mox Montague. Goal kick is going to come across to be part of that screen as well. He's not really doing much there, goal kick, because there's only one way Montague wants to go, and that is straight forward. Push. push from Thrust Brainmasher. So we've gone for that angle, which means we can't get the Frenzy freed up, but we might settle for Mighty Blow tackle.
Was good enough.
Tackle, good skill. Is Mighty Blow a good skill as well? Mox Montague going to the ground here. He was exposed to this, and they could be in all sorts of trouble here as Mox Montague is stunned. That will be blessed relief that wasn't a removal. There's no score on now. Barring some sort of miracle chain push. Dauntless hit on the first mummy. Dauntless did fail there, so it was one dice. It's a Troll has a hit here as well and gets a POW on Navy Bones. That does free up a dirty player who might go wandering here. Could foul the mummy. Could go downtown for a foul on Mox Montague. That is Frenzy Trap Central. That's going to be a 2 into a 1, and it's a skull from Lug Mosh Pit.
But I think we're going to see a foul the other way around.
So, can't see a score. Not with the movement the Deckhands have got, so they'll have to go in at halftime 1-0 down. Scurvy Dog looking for a knockdown here, and a rare thing in the first half, the Deckhands do find a knockdown. Big old foul on the Frenzy Dirty player.
Looks like it.
We have seen just the one casualty in the game, which was the slapper. It was a fairly important one, actually, but this is just going to be maximum assist for maximum skin bad damage. Armor break is good, and a dislocated shoulder.
That's a big one.
Mosh Pit. Will that draw the apothecary?
That's a big one on the big one.
We're going to let that go.
He's gone. And I guess we are going to still take a 2-die on Gargant the Great.
Yeah, we've still got players that we can use to do that. Removal here, and this game will flip around on its head quite significantly. Hancho with the job of doing that. Does not succeed. But Skinbad has done the Bozos, done the Deckhands a little bit of a favour here. That was the sort of thing they needed. Getting rid of a strength 4 piece just gives them the first sign of that comeback that they might be looking for. Well, that they will be looking for. But they also need to survive this turn. And they've not been able to do a whole lot to cover the prone ghoul on the flank. Troll Blitz.
Hancho goes down. Alright, there can be a 1-die on the mummy. Ah, that's a good one, eh?
Yeah, very nice. So that could be a potential foul as well. Do we value the prone ghoul or the prone mummy?
Mummy still has to survive this hit. He's fine.
There's a 2-assist foul on the mummy available. You can get a 2-assist foul over there as well. We're going for the mummy, and the referee has not turned up.
Dang.
But the Black Crag Bozos have turned up for this Howitzer Cup Final, and they lead 1-0 at half-time, and they receive the ball in the second half. As long as they don't lose it, they will win the Howitzer Cup. The Deckhands have been here before. They have a kicker. They could go short kick. They could go deep kick on this. Try and force the Bozos deep into their own half. You would expect that the thrower will come onto the field. Egger. This zombie isn't here, by the way. This zombie is here. He's just not showing there.
Yeah, it's an invisible zombie. Special skill. Stand firm makes you invisible during deployment. Sebstar. Well, this is the ZFL. It's a long story.
Bozos 1-0 up at the break. Looked comfortable.
Lazy bones.
Comfortable for the most part of that first half. The mummies are slightly exposed on the edges here.
They are like very open and very separate from each other. I was told last week that that's not a good idea, but what do I know about that?
The Bozos are looking to hold what they have. I think they are leaving players back. I think we might go short kick on this blitz. We are going to go short kick. Probably push it towards the sideline. And that's Egger moving into range. It's a pitch invasion.
Oh, it's a pitch invasion.
Down.
And Egger is down.
The ball carrier and 3 of the Black Crag Bozos. Now, are the Deckhands doing it again?
Well, taking blocks before moving players. I like how ballsy this is.
Taking the boat down.
That was bad. That was bad.
Why did we take the boat down there?
I know. Well, that will free Rucksack.
But
who may be in charge of ball carrying duties right now.
Yeah, we've needed Rucksack can't take that block, so there's only goal kick. Who can try and pick this up if we're going to use a blitzer, but he's Agi 4+. So I don't love that as an idea. Well, I don't think we're going to have any other option because the lineman's already moved. So you've got to pick it up on Agi 4+ either way. You can be sure that the Sartosa Deckhands are going to flood this ball on the next turn. They will be all in on getting this turned over. Overtime format, of course. So can the Bozos risk a reroll on the pickup?
They would be under big pressure if they fail this pickup. They are considering on whether they are going for this.
Goal kick's going to fail. He would have failed it anyway. Team reroll used. Ball in hand.
Well, ball can be based by a mummy next turn.
Blitz on the skeleton. Knocks Sonny Boatman to the floor. And the troll hasn't stupided yet. Doesn't stupid now. The 3 dice has worked out. It's a pow on Enrico Estrella. But the zombies have held the line well. Now, how much pressure can the Deckhands get on the ball?
Oh, they bring a mummy in contact with the ball, right?
Do you blitz with the mummy to get into the cage?
I would do so. And put the other mummy in the LOS to support the zombies.
No, we're not blitzing with the mummy. We've got the strength 4 white. Oh. Who could be the approach. It is going to be the approach. Oh, the both down is sort of a pain. We'll take it, but it's sort of a pain.
Oh, it feels bad not basing the ball. It feels really bad. For a knockdown. I'm not sure if I would have taken it. Oh, also, a Navy Bone's so far away from the action.
Yeah, he's a little bit too far on the flank on that side, isn't he?
I would have preferred her to move central and at least base both Razagul Demonic and Brave Masher. But okay, we can't have it all.
We have forced the Bozos to burn one of their rerolls already. There's going to be a foul from Alathino. No assist foul. No dirty player. No referee. And Basic's out of popcorn. That's a disaster. It is high pressure, this. It is high pressure nonetheless, because there's 3 players on the ground who need to kind of spend this turn getting to their feet. And not much more than that, including one of the big uns, the only guard piece other than the troll. So the only reliable guard piece. That's a knockdown from Rukshak. So it does free up a blitzer. But there's not a huge number of safe blocks here. We might be able to come over to the other flank and take down the mummy. I think that's where we're going. So we've got a troll all the way over on one side of the field as well.
Are we going to switch sides? Move to the right?
Well, maybe this is where not quite being able to go fully all in on that might work in the favour of the Deckhands, because they've got some players who can shift across the field here. There's going to be some orcs in base contact for some blocks on the next turn. So a patient attrition game might serve the Pirates well.
Blitz has not been taken. Ball is moving.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This is a stand firm mummy. And this is going to be a 2-die hit from the big un. Presumably they're looking for a 1-die blitz. Good knockdown. Could pile drive it. But would leave the ball massively exposed. Blitz still available. Could try a cheeky 1-die blitz against Mox Montague here. With Mighty Blow tackle. That might be the game plan.
We'll still have some player to move. Because I guess Sukalbith is not helping a lot where he is. Yeah, he's going to base. Oh, he's going to be basey.
Going to stand next to as many players as possible.
Well, the ball is quite protected right now.
Here comes that blitz, and we are going to fish, and we're going to find a POW immediately against Mox Montague. And this has been the story of the game. The Bozos are finding things that the Deckhands cannot. Every 1-die at the moment is working out beautifully for the Orcs. Double push only from Sartosa. Afraid to say it.
That's going to allow for a chain push. It's nice because it's going to mean more base players.
Yeah, we're just putting the zombie into base contact with a bunch of dudes. I guess there's a block that Sonny Boatman can take.
We can base the ball with the mummy. That's a nice hit from Sonny Boatman.
Mummy's just going to stand for now. There is a chain push play if you want to push the ball back a square, but I think it's going to be Mox who's going to take the blitz here. No, it's going to be Scurvy Dog who's going to take the blitz here. We're probably looking to foul that player. Dog finds the POW on Razagul Demanic, and that will be a very, very tempting foul target for Slick Gold Grabber. Oh, maximum movement on the foul assist. Does that count? Dodge from the Celos. And it's going to be our star fouler, Skinbad, to do the dirty work here. Armor break and badly hurt injury. Ooh. That might see the Apo on Razagul Domanic. Depends whether you think you're going to win this game without another drive. And we do not Apo it. So we're clearly saving the Apo for a KO. That tells me that the Bozos think they will win the game on this drive, and therefore there would be no value in taking the Apo on the badly hurt. We could wrestle this. It's last action. We are going to wrestle it. I think wrestle's fairly sensible, actually.
Yeah, managing to bring himself down for the second time this drive.
With Eggers 4 serious injuries, I think chancing your arm on a both down there against a zombie is probably not great.
I would say that the ball is now under pressure. Because if Navy Bones cannot be brought down, that's going to tie. I mean, in the first block, let's say, that's going to tie at least 2 players from the Bozos for next time.
It's a very similar setup to what the Deckhands did on their own drive in the first half. Half of the Orc team have gone one way, and the half of the Orc team with the ball have gone the other way, and it looks for all the world like they're about to run into problems doing that, but it seems they are committed to the job.
The team is effectively splitted. It's the same situation as the Deckhands had.
Blitz, double both down. Side.
Ooh, Bro works this time.
Navy Bones goes down.
As we were just mentioning, Navy Bones has costed the Bozos 2 players. And they don't have so many to spare. Really.
The Bozos don't need to score, but they just need to make sure the Deckhands don't. And pushing this sideline feels like it's a way to get us into a bit of trouble. I mean, we've got a lot of high strength and enough guard that we might be able to just steamroll our way through here. We are properly committing to this sideline. The Orcs are forcing the issue. They want that second score that will almost certainly wrap up the Howitzer Cup for them. That's a nice chain push, because that allows us to fairly easily cover off the potential run around the back of the screen here. There might even be a dodge for a foul from the kick dirty player, who is Leg Slitter. There is going to be a dodge for a foul. Yeah. The dodge is good. The foul is an armor break and a KO on Navy Bones, and that feels big.
That was a massive turn for the Bozos.
Hear me out. You can make a little square here, and this zombie might be able to take a cheeky one-die block that could give you some openings.
Well, for starters, we're going to bring Land Rover back.
Yeah, having the Strength 4 white available will be very, very useful indeed. That was a rush to get there.
That was another rush. We like it spicy.
There's chain pushes available here, however way you cut it.
Right? We may be going for Wrecking Ball, actually.
It'll be Scurvy Dog with a 2-die block on the troll, you imagine.
Yeah, Scurvy Dog can blitz him off. Then there can be a 2-die for Montague. And then something.
And then something indeed. You could actually set this up to
Well,
chain push the troll. You can
also.
chain push the troll all the way to the sideline here.
You can chain
Yeah,
push
if you
the
do
big one
that,
to the
and then if you
center.
step forward one to the right, you could have chain pushed the troll right onto the sideline. I don't like that so much because you risk pushing that player onto the ghoul and making a gap. Or we roll a pow. That's from Skinbad. So there's a lot of orcs on the deck against the deckhands.
There will be a foul. It's just his foul this turn, potentially.
Yeah, we want the foul.
Now.
We really want the foul. No break and no call from the referee. Now, we really need Skinbad to stay on his feet here because if there's a knockdown here, there's a gap that the Orcs might be able to work with in the centre of the field. The Deckhands doing what they can to save this final. But right now, the Bozos have got them just about at arm's length. The double push is very, very good news. Skinbad staying on his feet there is really important. He can be blitzed out the way anyway, but it's just a little bit more commitment. Troll going stupid is also useful from a deckhand's perspective. The Orcs need to go backwards, quite clearly. They might even end up just caging here. And they can sort of look at the Pirates and say, well, you have to come and raid us and get the ball off us. And we're quite comfortable just hanging on to it for the time being. Or we are eyeing up a gap in the midfield. The Orcs are trying to go back the other way. There's not been a blitz yet. Very, very handy pow here. Oh, dodge from diving tackle from Maraudenegger. And he's rolled a 4. That's not good enough. We're not going to re-roll that, are we?
It's the last action of the turn. I don't think so. However, that's going to allow...
It allows an opportunity for someone to get near the ball. You might even be able to get a mummy on the ball here. We did re-roll it, and we rolled a 1.
Ooh, that was spicy.
So there's a surf available. Or there's a chance to get a knockdown and a mummy on the ball.
I think you'd take the surf.
Oh, that push really scuppers that idea. We can at least give the mummy a follow-up block on that to bring the big one to the floor. But we need players in front of this because the Bozos are going to leg it to the other side. So before we roll any more dice, we need players in front of this cage.
Yeah, this requires the surf first. Actually, the surf may come. Yeah, exactly. From
Double push. Okay. I don't like it before moving some free players first. There's the surf anyway. Into the crowd goes Sharp Thumb. It's a good removal. All removals are good removals, really, from a deckhand's perspective. Strength 4 in play there is nice. We've got a screen for the time being, and a 1 in 9 is fair enough from Tutan Cortez.
It's actually perfect. Because he's now basing 2 players. He's doing a good job.
Turn 13. We are beginning to run out of turns for the Deckhands to grab this and get it down the field to find that equaliser.
But they got rid of an orc too. That was helpful.
Surely they couldn't produce another comeback win. That's a 1 in 9.
Ooh. Good job from Skinbad, actually.
Yeah, Skinbad has done a great job. The Troll needs a 4+ to stand up. He's stuck. He might roll it. But it's not a great roll. But yeah, the Bozos are running out of orcs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Egger's kind of stuck in the backfield. The Troll needs a 4+ to stand up. And they're just a little bit scattered to the breeze, are the Bozos right now. They might be best served pushing back into this area of the field here, rather than gunning it for the end zone. But as long as they keep caging, they still have the ball, and the Deckhands need this turn, next turn, to start making something happen. Base on Mox Montague. Are we just going to plow straight through the middle?
We can blitz. We can blitz, break tackle with goal kick and call this a potato.
The potato, surely not the right call at 1-0 up. You wouldn't have thought.
Well, it's the day of heavy basing.
We're going through with the ball carrier. We're going through with the ball carrier. That is so ballsy.
That's not good.
Dodge away will be a 3+ because he's agi-busted, even with the break tackle.
It's not going to put him anywhere safe. A counter play.
Oh, he stayed where he is. And a failed dodge, last reroll used, and there is such a straightforward sack on the ball for the Sartosa Deckhands here. Because there's guard attached to the ball carrier. Alfred Lacello straight away, double push. Okay, we're not panicking. We can go again with Mox.
Yeah, we can go again. It's a knockdown, and we have...
Scurvy Dog.
Scurvy Dog with your hands around.
Mox Montague gets the sack. Mox Montague. It might be shadowing that's caused the animation. I don't know whether it's a break or not.
This game is so broken.
It's the shadowing's worked out. It's an injury.
It's an injury.
Mox Montague strikes. It is seriously hurt on goal kick. Now, where is the ball going? Into the hands of the zombie. And he's dropped it inside. Well, the Deckhands can crowd it out, but they're going to need a scoring threat available as well. There are zombies here who can surround this. Stand firm zombies as well.
Well, the money's not activated yet.
You know, I wouldn't have hated trying to knock the big one over and just going after this with Scurvy Dog on this go anyway. Both down.
Such a good goal.
The kicker is now free as well.
I would have taken the push in there. Just to base 2 odds for next time.
Yeah. I can agree with that. Pushes only from Land Rover, but the Deckhands have their chance. Now the question is, they've got a numbers advantage. Can they convert the chance? That's a knockdown from Skinbad.
Well, I guess Scurvy Dog's in range.
Scurvy Dog will be in range. The Ghouls can get there as well, but also Blitzkop Ruckjack.
That's a big. That's a big.
That's a huge.
Very, very big.
Remember, the Orcs have no rerolls here either, and if the Deckhands did score, this would go to overtime.
I honestly think that it's going to be Lacellos, don't think.
We might be reliant on some Egger magic.
Egger is based by diving tackle.
Oh, he is. Well, it will be. It will need to be magic. There's going to be a blitz here from Leg Slitter. He's going to go for Land Drover on the one die. And it's a both down. That's a turnover. And the Deckhands are still alive and kicking. Would you believe it? You cannot write this team off in the Howitzer Cup. But they're not there yet. They are not there yet. And the presence of the troll will now be very, very irritating. Lacellos has the chance to scatter the ball. With a blitz against...
We can try the one die also from Scurvy Dog, to be fair.
We could.
One die with block against no block.
Yeah.
If it's just a push, we can follow up with a zombie block or with a Montague block.
No, we're going to go for the scatter on the ball. Well, this could go anywhere. It's going to be a crucial roll of a D8 for the Deckhands. I think you do want to follow this. Oh, it's going the wrong way. It's into the hands again of Skinbad, who drops it forwards. That could work. That could work. Lacellos can't go after it yet, though.
Goodness, it has to be Scurvy Dog. It has to be Scurvy Dog.
But he's on the Shadowing Troll.
Right. And I think the Deckhands will love to have...
Montague can go around the back here with a dodge against the Shadowing Troll.
Shadowing.
You don't want a shadow here. Because if it works, you free up Scurvy Dog. Yeah, no shadowing chosen.
Oh, that's a 2-die. That's a 2-die.
It's Enrico Estrella. It's a 1 in 9.
Estrella is going to need a reroll that.
He doesn't reroll it.
Doesn't reroll it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was not a good decision. That would have allowed Scurvy Dog to 2+ dodge and pick the ball up and run for the hills a little bit. And now, now the Deckhands are stacked. That was a bad no reroll. With 2 rerolls in pocket.
There's enough.
It was your last reroll.
There's enough guard and there's enough high strength orcs around here that they might be able.
The mummy did not block. Oh my goodness.
It is just a bad call, whatever happened, and it might let the Bozos off the hook. But the Sure Hands player is still loose, and he might be able to grab it on a 4+, and he might be able to run for the hills yet, but any failure on turn 15, and that will be it. Oh, dodge, blitz.
That dodge.
Rucksack on Drover. And the strength for White is KO'd. As the Bozos look to turn this around.
Oh my goodness. This is all wrong.
I don't think you can reasonably assume you would know which zombie you clicked on, because the block zombie didn't have a 2 dice. Because he was up against the guard. 3, 4, 5. So maybe he did. I don't know. Dodge from diving tackle.
Dodge.
Down goes Egger. On the diving tackle from Sonny Boatman. But the Deckhands need a scoring threat this turn.
There is a one die. Oh, it's so bad. So bad.
They're going to have to
Everything's
try
bad.
a very, very spicy pickup.
Well, they can blitz. Well, everything's bad. Can they chain push something?
There's a blitz coming.
That's going to be the blitz. We are going to scatter the ball.
Oh, it's Scurvy Dog.
Okay, we roll a one. We roll a one. We roll a three.
Shadowing on the troll. Again, I don't think you would shadow. No, we are going to shadow, and the troll makes it.
Because we can. We need to keep dodging. Or maybe not.
The dodge works out again. We will try to shadow again.
We used break tackle this time.
Oh, it's a push only. It's enough to get one player off the ball. But now Mox Montague will have to go forward into scoring range. You want to chain push to big and forward, don't you?
Yeah, or backwards. Let's
Yeah.
say.
And then Montague has to go forward into scoring range, and then Leselos has to pick this up on the 4+. With sure hands, it's a 75% chance, but he will also be dodging from shadowing. Mox Montague is in range to score. So the deckhands are not out of it yet.
Let's make some moves first. Let's base some lads. That's good. Let's keep the ball based.
Alfred Leselos. Oh, it's a block. I don't know how much I like the block. I'd have preferred it last turn. Either way, armor break and a stun. Not a mission critical stun by any stretch, but Alfred Leselos has a huge play to make here.
Also, Alifinho is maybe not in the best spot.
Leselos makes the dodge.
Okay.
Leselos fails the pickup. Leselos fails the pickup. And he drops it in between two orcs once again.
Oh my goodness.
It will come down to the final turn of the Howitzer Cup Final. It's the ZFL. Of course it will. He would have failed it regardless of the tackle zones. He rolled a 1 and a 2. And the deckhands, it feels, are just running out of steam. The Bozos have enough in the locker. Despite the removals, despite the pitch position, the lack of goals is really, really hurting the Sartosa Deckhands right now.
This could be a play for Scurvy Dog, to be fair. This could be the pickup into the dodge way, into couple rushes, into the hand of Mox Montague. That's just a push.
Stays on
That's
his
a
feet.
knockdown, actually.
No,
Nope.
he has
Just a
blocked
push.
just a zombie. Frees up. Thrust Brain Masher. To what end? Blitz through hand show and then just go and put a big strength 4 dude on the ball and say, I don't think you can move this. I don't think covering Mox Montague is really a consideration. I think you just have to get bodies on the ball.
There's going to be more bodies on the ball. And whoa.
It's going to need a scatter, isn't it? And the deckhands' fortune on scatters up to now has been abysmal. And there's a chance to hit Leselos as well.
I think he's going to need the
Mummy might have to blitz. Yeah.
I think it's going to need a red eye blitz. Actually, from Scurvy Dog onto Brain Masha to move him away. Yeah, that can be kind of doable. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, finds the POW again on the blodge. And an armor break here, and this is done. No break. But we have 2 orcs on the ball. The troll goes stupid. Which might help.
Well, there can't be a scatter on the ball. That's something.
Oh, the scatter. If it goes right, you're a hero. If it goes wrong, this is done. Is it Leselos?
I think we are going to...
You've got to use Leselos for this, right? For the blitz?
I think it's maybe better to use Scurvy Dog. And for the blitz, Leselos, yeah-ish.
Which one do you... They've both got sure hands. One's got break tackle and one's got dodge. The ghoul has the better passing, but the lower movement because he's on the floor. We're going to use the ghoul. And this needs to be...
Where are we going? No. This still puts him on the ball.
Yeah.
We're going for scatter.
We're going to go and scatter it.
We pray for a good scatter.
Oh, wow. No.
Okay.
No, that ain't it. That's not it for Sartosa. And they are going to need a miracle from here.
Well. There is still red dice. There's still red dice on Brave Masha from Enrico Estrella for another scatter.
I think we can make it a 1 die. I think we can bring the Skinbad, the zombie round, to make it a 1 die.
No, he's based by guard.
He's not. The troll gone stupid.
Yeah, but Gargon the Great has guard.
Right, but you can cancel the assist of Rukshak by standing in there.
Yeah, but you're still blocking a big one.
But you make it a 1 dice.
You have assist. You have an assist.
Rather, because you have
an assist, yeah.
Oh, no, there's only 1 assist, yeah, because he's blocked off. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Well, Scurvy Dog just needs to produce some magic then. Nothing short of complete magic.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's done 16. The Deckhands still have 7 minutes.
Red dice is going to give us another go.
There it is. Game's on.
But it needs to be a monumentally good scatter of the ball. Mummies don't have passing access, so are not an option here. Oh, it's into Leselos. Don't catch it.
It's in the good direction.
It's going back.
Oh, it's in the right direction. It's doable. It's doable.
It's
you
doable.
Need
but you need a 6.
A 5-6 plus.
Oh my word.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Scurvy
7.
Dog.
There we go.
In he goes. Scurvy Dog. Down he goes. The Black Crag Bozos win the Howitzer Cup. That'll do it. The Bozos make it across the line. And it's glory for Gunnison Demonheart and the Black Crag Bozos.
Oh dear.
Probably as shambolic a match as we expected it would be. But really a tale of 2 teams who made exactly the same drive on each of their own offensive drives. They both pushed players one way and then sent half of the team the other way. And the only difference is the Bozos got away with it where the Deckhands didn't. And maybe we'll go back and look at that decision not to reroll on the 1 in 9 from Enrico Estrella as ultimately being what cost the Deckhands the chance to get back into this game. Because the moment we didn't take that reroll, the Orcs were just able to flood the ball. And that was that. Admittedly, the Deckhands scatters were never favourable at any point. But they made it hard for themselves at times as well. How would you sum that up, Viking Cup, then?
Oh dear, it feels like a very shambling match. For sure, the offense of the Deckhands was probably wrong from the very beginning. As we commented, that blitz from Montague really costed the split of the team. And the Bozos could capitalize on that. The Deckhands could not make the comeback because the two-turn play was also not very much supported. But they played a very inspired defense in the Bozos drive, managing to sack the ball. But eventually, they could not find a sliver of luck that they needed in the bounces of the ball, in the scatters. So the dream was over.
Blood Bowl's a
also,
game.
That turn 13 play, not re-rolling the zombie block to free the ball, to pick it up. I think this is something that is going to be discussed in the next week.
Blood Bowl is a game of fine margins, and had Land Rover not have failed all of those rushes on the blitz in the first half, had the Deckhands just found one favourable scatter of the ball when they most needed it, the Bozos were in trouble if this game went to overtime. They were in trouble. But it was enough. They did enough. They had the high-strength players. They only had 2 guard players, but those guard players were in the right places on the pitch when the Bozos needed them to be there. And it wasn't pretty, but it never really is with the Black Crag Bozos. And incredibly, they have won the Howitzer Cup. Huge congratulations to the Bozos and to Gunnison Demon Heart, Gengar, of course, the coach, who wanted this and has it.